And I mean, it's even been nerfed and it still puts out a ton of pressure. I've always compared it to essentially a ranger minus the interrupts plus direct damage. So it's just a ton of pressure.
Complements the ranger very well as well, so
Yeah.
any build with both of them is gonna be really strong.
It looks like it's a pretty standard feature in most builds. You see these Necros and Rangers everywhere.
It's just an all-around really versatile character. It can put out pressure, it has some spike damage.
Oh, this is
chance
on
to-
it. This is a rubber band waiting to snap right now. There's so much pressure they can't push them back with 2 damage characters down like that. They're gonna be NPCs one night to go down. No, just barely safe. And just everyone's kind of low and aged up to heck, you know.
They need to really focus on keeping these knights alive for another 30 seconds if they can. Because-
These monks are gonna be exhausted though.
Yeah.
Like when the base
Death
res
pact
comes,
on
they're
8.
not. Oh.
I mean, if they can somehow manage to keep these knights alive, once they all base res in 20 seconds now, they might,
Well-
this is their final chance to get some
Yeah,
pressure on
Knight
Ranger.
down.
I agree, but at the same time, these monks are exhausted. They're not going to be able to put up a good rock under a lot of danger. Nice Rough and a Dark Pact. He's tanking damage, though. He's snared. He can't move. Balance stance up and just trying to stay alive. Up Death Hammer into it. He should have thrown that if he had it. No, he's a warrior. And the other knight under a lot of pressure. No procs. Healing Signet. And oh god, just barely. And here is the base res, and it looks like not any pressure. They're just freely treading all over this Guild Lord area.
This is SoSo's final chance to try and wipe Mojo here. The Knights
It's
still
a
up, they
very
have
close spike on that Necro.
a
Good
couple
burst
archers
by
in
them.
Guild Lord. I mean, this is going to be their best chance to wipe them here. If they don't do it now, then it's pretty much over.
Well, Mojo is
Yeah.
fairly committed to this game ender. They're very convinced, but at the same time, you see they're starting to take pressure. People moving towards the teleport. Looks like they're going to be. They're taking position there to make a quick exit if things go south. But right now, they feel pretty stable. They seem confident in spite of having that contingency plan.
That's really smart of them to all get by the teleporter there,
It's
just
very-
setting up for in case they need to get out.
It's tricky though because you know with how tangled and desync people can. If you have, remember the teleporter is one way. If half of your guys make it through and the other half don't, suddenly you've got lots of stranded players in very terrible res spots.
Mojo has a lot of snares as well, so they'd have to bring a lot of people to even be able to make it to the enemy base. Fire really got away now.
Yeah, it
Going
looks like
into
he's
Mojo's
going
base.
for some. He's looking for some Lord damage. Presumably, he's going to get some Lord damage suicide base res at 24. I don't see him with any sort of exit strategy. Good close range dodge on that pin down. Looks like he's being chased. He's going for what he can. 20 seconds to get some damage.
He's just gonna run around.
Oh, it looks like he is abandoning ship. But the thing is, see, this is a trap though. I mean, it's really hard for him to. Oh, good,
Oh, no.
good snare.
He
Taking 2 knights. He's
might
gonna
die
get a
before
gash
time.
and die now. Yeah, he died. It was either that or risk dying after time and dragging more people to
But
their deaths outside.
He's 60.
Which he might have done.
He did not base res.
Oh, peace out. Okay, well, sorry, Jaden. Shouldn't have died all those times. That's where that initial trade from like 2 minutes into the game becomes a factor.
Yeah.
And it looks like we're going to be seeing some really slow wiping as SoSo left out of their teleporter, and now they've got a long way to go before they get home, and lots of snares along the way. And one major offensive character down, Brock, under a lot of danger, and gets Strip Enchantment killed after drawing a deep wound. That is very unfortunate. Demigod about to go down right afterwards, lots of damage. Happened to be standing next to where his monk died. And again, he's just crippled and eaten some block ignoring attacks. Strip Enchantment on that Guardian. A missed D-shot on the Assassin combo. That would be a major, difficult but very major setback if you could D-shot that lead attack.
That would be, yeah, that really cripples the Assassin. I mean, he has one lead attack and one offhand attack, so if you D-shot either one of those, he can't do any of his combos. But both of them
Major
are,
wipe happening here.
really fast activation, so it's really hard to get.
They
But I
could
mean-
just have saved Brock here, but decided
Well,
not to.
I think they're very convinced that they've got this in the bag. They've got massive DP. one guy deep out, might be more. I mean, we've seen a lot of deaths, especially on the Necro number 4 there. I believe that's Damon.
How are mojo on low damage, by the way? If they have enough, they can use stall now
0.
and just snare people.
Jade ran in and then immediately did a U-turn and then just died tonight. So he didn't get a single. But it wouldn't have mattered if he got any amount because Mojo's about to outdo it right now.
I think it's perfectly safe for Mojo to just push in here anyway because they know the fire is DP'd out, and he's not going to be Resin. They aren't going to be under that much pressure.
Yeah,
So
with all these NPCs dead, for sure. They don't even bother with the bodyguard, I see.
Yeah, this is the right choice for Mojo, just focusing lore damage for now.
Yeah, it looks like just one last desperate push happening for SoSo in the last 2 minutes of the game. And 1, 2, 3, 4 characters moving out, and 3 characters intercepting. Looks like 2 sources of snares, and the Necro, LA, and the Rit is also kind of circling around.
Snares.
Yeah, they are not. They're just crawling across. It looks like the warrior has broken free, and he's going to go for some damage. He's just going to die tonight. Within, like, seriously, 4 seconds of engagement. It looks like he got snared anyway. So he's going to die before he even gets there. And a crypt shot to follow. Yeah. This game was sealed. I think it's very interesting. Like, you would never think of it, you know, especially in the middle to lower brackets of the GVG ladder. You would not think that some, you know, tricky, you know, committed running strategies at the very beginning of the game would compound to such a significant advantage later on. But if both teams are playing at, you know, at tip-top shape, little things like that really do stack up. And it's like there may have been very minor individual player errors, you know, along the way, but it really does not compare to the strategical error of not keeping up with Mojo's flag running.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I mean, flags are just so important right now in the game. You need to keep up with the flag capping, otherwise, I mean, this happens. Like, otherwise their builds were fairly similar, their skill levels were fairly similar. Mojo was just ahead on flags the entire game, and that's essentially what won them the game. Because it just gave them that one advantage that just snowballed into more and more advantages as time went on. And now you can see the result of it.
One minor build difference, I believe, was primarily that Water. He was really able to impose his will on the other team. And I believe, especially with the two-warrior offense, it seemed to just work out for them. Like, there was never a point where the Water Ellie felt like a liability, you know, as a caster. He really was able to take care of himself, whereas the Fire Ellie, when damage got on him, he was pretty much, you know, under their mercy to eat damage.
Right. That Water Ellie becomes a pretty hard target with the Ether Prism, and then it helps them to get up on flags a lot too.